You are now listening to the Highly Evolved Podcast with your host, Safan. Transmission will commence momentarily.
How you guys doing? This is the Highly Evolved Podcast. My name is Safan. You can find me on Twitter and get.ai. Before I start, I just want to say this is a Real American Patriot channel for Real American Patriot. If you're not a Real American Patriot, please exit the channel. And on that note, let's start the show. On this episode, I want to share your article that I read about what happened to the trade wars right now in China. All right, we're facing some kind of some difficulty within the Chinese community right now. All right, but I want to bring this article to you guys. I'll link the article in the description below if you guys are interested in reading it for yourself. But let's continue with this article. It says China has called for a people war while hitting out the greed and arrogance of the United States amid of escalating trades dispute with Washington. What is it, greed and arrogance? If anybody who's greedy is China, all right? Why do we want a competition with China? They don't believe, they don't share any of our values. They don't listen to any of our rules. If anything, these people, this China is the one that's breaking all the rules, playing unfair with the people in America. What Donald Trump is doing right now, right? At first, China was competing with America, right? Well, with this tariff thingy, instead of competing with America, he's forcing China to compete with the world. That's what's missing from this WTO free trade agreement with China right now, right? When we brought them into the WTO during the Clinton administration, I remind you, right? Clinton did a lot of effed up things during his administration regarding to the economy. He was the main factor that destroyed the American economy with NAFTA and bringing Chinese to the World Trade Organization. That's why people was protesting in Seattle, all right? But by China entering the World Trade Organization, that's a lot of money that they stole from America, right? They stole a lot of money, a lot of economic resources from America, right? And they were only competing with Americans, right? When Trump enforces this tariff thingy, that means everything in China will be more expensive. Therefore, all the other country without tariff, they'll be more lucrative when producing jobs, exporting. Because now China not only had to compete with America, they had to compete with all small countries as well. And that's what's missing from back in the days. That's what people don't understand, but let's continue. I digress. All right. Beijing state-run media went into a propaganda overdrive after Donald Trump doubled tariff on Chinese goods last week, setting stock market tumbling. Once editorial pushes by the Zhengyu News Agency and the People Daily said America was fighting for greed and arrogance, reports CNN. CNN is fake news. Don't listen to CNN. The opinion piece has said that China is fighting to defend its legitimate rights and interests. Screw you, China. So what America's supposed to do? Just sit there and let you destroy us? No, we're not going to let you destroy us, China. You most evil entity out there. All right? America is not going to take your BS anymore. America is not going to let you stomp over us again. We're not going to be walked around by China, especially the Chinese. All right, but let's continue. Taking aim at Trump, the article continues. The trade war in the United States is created of one person and his administration who has swamped along the entire population of the country. What do you mean one person? The whole entire the country voted for him. That means he's a voice of the majority of the country. All right, what do you mean one country? Donald Trump is a representation of a collective of America who decided that we want him to speak for America. What do you mean one voice? He's the voice of the majority of America. See, these people are so idiotic. The thing that they say. Let's continue. Whereas the entire country, all the people of China are being threatened for us. This is the real people work. I don't care what people in China, right? I don't care. I live in the United States of America. How they do their business in China is beyond my control. Let them do whatever they want. They want to kill their own people, let them kill. The Chinese people, they don't have any ethics for their own people. They want to use communism as a friend. All right? When you look at it, no Chinese people don't often support any other Chinese, right? When you look at it, I'll tell you the truth. This is the truth from an Asian person. All right? The only similar to each other is their ethnicity. Besides that, they'll walk over each other, step all over each other, kill each other. All right? Why do you think Their food, the only thing that resonates to Chinese is money. That's what it is. Right? It's money. That's why all their food is have all these poisons. They don't care about people's health. All the food have lead, poison, rat poison, and all of it. And all they try to do is just make a profit. Right? That's what thing with the Chinese culture, and people don't understand. It's a cutthroat industry. It's a cutthroat country. Survival of the fittest. That's what it is. That's what communism is. That's why if they care about the people, they will let go of communism. But they don't care about the people. Right? They don't care about their own people. Why do you think most of them are in the state that they're in right now? Poverties, right? Stricken illnesses, right? Killing each other with poison in their food supply. But let's continue. And in a statement reading out during the 7 p.m. news in the state broadcast CCTV, Beijing said it would fight for a new world. What the heck is that supposed to fight for a new world? So see, that's what they're saying, a new world order. Right? Fight for a new world order. They want to be control of the UN. Right? It's in there. See, it's all propaganda. CCTV is a propaganda television. It's run by the government of China. All right? It's pure propaganda. And the Chinese people, they probably fall for it as well because they've been indoctrinated all these times. All right? But let's continue. In the footage, which has since gone viral in China, the news anchor Kang Hu said, as President Xi jumping point out, the Chinese economy is a sea, not a small pond. All right? Quote, a rainstorm can destroy a small pond, but it cannot harm the sea. After the numerous storm, the sea is still there. What the hell is that supposed to be? After the numerous storm, the sea is still there. They try to, you know what it's kind of reminiscent of what Mao Zedong said, that women hold half of the sky, right? When he said that, it does not help it does not help China at all, right? Because he said women hold half of the sky, they have a raging feminist problem in China right now, all right? Not telling them the truth that there are some stuff women can't do and women stuff can do. All right? I'm just being real. I'm not being a misogynist. I'm not being a sexist. But when you look at the fact, right, there is some stuff that women can do. There's some stuff women cannot do. To say that women can do everything is a lie to each, is doing a disservice to the woman community. All right? When you look at, like, hard labor, right, lifting logs, right, not majority of women not majority of women want to be lumberjack. You can't pressure all women to be lumberjack. All right? Men could lift more weights than women, so majority of lumberjack are all men. All right? But I'm probably going to confuse you guys my analogy I'm doing. But the point is, that's what I'm trying to say, that there is some stuff that men can do, and there was some stuff that women can't do. There's some stuff that men cannot do. There's something that women cannot do. It's vice versa. It's going around. But the Chinese, they just want to get women into the work field, try to exploit them. That's what it is. That's the only thing that they're trying to say. And going back to the reference that said the storm is carrying the sky, China is not a sea, all right? A sea of thieves, maybe. A sea of thieves. But let's continue. Last week, Trump warned China it will be hurt, and very badly, if it doesn't strike a trade deal with the U.S. Of course, it's going to hurt them the most. Because America is a nation of consumer. What do China is not a nation of consumers. All right? They're profiting off of American buying power. All right? That's what makes China so powerful. All right? If America stopped buying Chinese products, right? If American companies, especially American companies like Walmart, Best Buy, Target, and all the companies out there stop buying Chinese-made product, China would not exist. All right? They wouldn't. Because we're funding them. And they're the only reason why they're at the situation right now because of us. They're dependent on us more than we depend on China. When you look at America, America is more sufficient than it is for China is. There's some stuff that China cannot produce. There's some stuff that we're able to produce. All right? But we look at it. In a direct message to the counteract, President Xi, he also said Beijing would soon have no problem left to deal with. All right, his word came the day after U.S. more than double a tariff to $200 billion, or 153 pounds of Chinese goods and the sharp escalation of their trade wars, right? In a series of tweets, Donald Trump said China will take advantage of the U.S. so many years. Therefore, Chinese should not retaliate or will get worse. It will get worse for China. That's what I'm saying. It's not. Look, America, we're at a breaking point right now. We can't get any worse right now. All right? So, if anything, we can only get better from what we're doing right now. The only direction is up for America. All right? We're tired of getting taken advantage for Chinese. I don't care what's going on. I don't know. All the humane rights, let them deal with that over there. All right? Let the Chinese people uprise. They need to uprise against the communist government. That's what they need to do. But let's continue. He has also quick to point out that U.S. consumer could avoid any tariff by buying some of the product from our other sources. That's what I'm referring to earlier. Right? That means they're putting China in the position where they have to compete with other nations, and that is smart. Right? And other nations, it's not saying that American company cannot buy it from Bangladesh, Vietnam, Indonesia, and all that country. All right? They also have low working wage as well. So they also produce cheap products, and a company could buy from them instead of buying from China. We do not want China to be any power than what they are right now. All right? All right, quote, many tariff companies will be leaving China for Vietnam and other such countries as Asia, which why Chinese want to take a deal so badly, he said. Exactly. All right? Many companies, because the tariff is so expensive to produce in China, they're going to have to go other country to manufacture their stuff. All right? The point is we want to get out of China. All right? We want to get out of China. We'll try to restrict them of power. That's what I'm trying to do. Prices will go up, but my thing is, it's not going to go up that bad. All right. Many tariff companies will be leaving China for Vietnam. I already said that. Asia. That's why China wasn't making a deal so bad. I already said that. He also tweeted, I said openly to President Xi and all for many of friends in China that China will be hurting very bad if you do not make a deal because the company will be forced to leave China for other country, right? Only makes sense, only make logic, right? Quote, too expensive to buy in China, you have to get great deals, almost completed, and you're backed out. There will be nobody left in China to do business with. Very bad for China, very good for the U.S., exactly, all right? The Chinese have taken so advantage of the U.S. for so many years that they are far ahead of our president. Far ahead. Our president did not do the job. Therefore, China should not retaliate or only get worse for China. Right? It's only going to get worse for China, not for us. Because we could do business with other countries. We don't have to depend on Chinese. Right? We don't have to depend on Chinese goods. We could do a business with Africa. We could do business with Europe. We could do business with Australia. We could do business with South America. We don't have to do business with China. All right? That's one way. That's a way that President Trump is doing to combat Chinese power. We do not want Chinese to get any more powerful than what it is right now. However, despite U.S. President threatening China did today announce that it will raise tariffs $60 billion U.S. good. Who cares, man? You're gonna raise our tariff? How often? I don't mean anything. We can sell to the world. We don't necessarily have to sell to China. All right, we can sell to other people, other nations. China is not a market. China is a small market for the United States. All right. Earlier, Trump top economic advisor Larry Kudlow said both sides will suffer from the trade dispute. Yeah, both sides will suffer, but I think that China will suffer the most. In my opinion, I think China will suffer the most because they're working on our spending habits. They're taking advantage of our spending habits. And the stock plummeted on Wall Street, the opening on Monday, after China announced the retaliation trade. Go ahead. I don't care, man. Because at the end of the day, Chinese will suffer more than America will. All right? Technology industry and consumer force company for being buried for the burden of losses. Apple was down 4.4 cents, while Capital was off by 4%. All right, the Dow Jones industry was down 4,700 points, or 1.8%, and the tech-heavy Nasdaq was down 2.3%. That's the reason why it's telling you these tech companies to get out of China. All right, you want to do good business. All these big tech companies, all these tech companies out there, get your product out of China. Foxconn, get out of China, go to elsewhere so you can produce better in the other economy. All right. The point is to get out of China. All right. We don't want any tech company in China because if a tech company moved to China, China will steal their secrets and make their own stuff. Because remember, China do not have intellectual property rights, laws like that. So if you go to China, you only set yourself up with your technology company because they're able to steal all your informations. All right. So look, this whole thing incentivizes companies to go elsewhere so it could be better protected. That's the point of this tariff, to get people out of China. All right, you can still make cheap goods elsewhere, not just China. All right, and if Apple's suffering, fine, that's their own decision. That's the reason why they're suffering, because they're not taking any charges. They're not making any changes. All right, move Foxconn back to the United States or somewhere else in the world instead of China. All right, if you don't want your stock price to go down, you don't have to raise your phone. You don't have to raise the price of your phone if you get your price from elsewhere besides China. All right, you don't have to raise the iPhone, the MacBook prices if you manufacture your stuff, your goods in other countries, not just China. All right, there's other solutions. They think China is the only solution. China is not the only solution. All right, but anyway, I'm rambling a lot. China is gonna be more in peril than America will. That's what I believe. I think America is gonna be stronger and gonna survive this thingy. This, I don't want to say thingy. It sounds so stupid. This trade wars. I think China's gonna lose the trade wars, in my opinion. America's gonna prosper. All right, China got more to lose than America. America's are at that point. All right, the only way for America is to go up. That's the only directions, and this will only benefit America. All right, but because I don't know, is this, well, I have a feeling that America's gonna win in this one. All right. And on that note, guys, YouTube is not monetizing my channel. Doesn't mean I'm demonetized. I'm not getting paid by YouTube. Doesn't mean I'm not getting any outside interference. That means I'm unscripted, unrehearsed, unedited. Because of that, I'm not taking any donations, because the point of this video, this channel, is to wake America up and bring them back to reality and make them think and question more, right? If you like what I do, follow me on social media. And you want to support what I'm doing, please subscribe to my channel, right? When you subscribe to my channel, it tells me that people are actually wanting to listen, or people are actually listening. And that would encourage me to make more videos to get to more people, right? And let me know what you think about the article. I'll leave the article in the description below if you want to read it. And thank you for listening to me for this long. This is the Highly Evolved Podcast. My name is Stefan. All right, and on that note, guys, thank you very much. I much appreciate it. And I'm signing out. Peace.